This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News, we have new details in the deadliest school shooting in Georgia history. How the student managed to get an assault weapon into the classroom. Plus, the family of Noah Bush, the 8-year-old that was killed by 2 other children, is pleading for laws to change. Why they believe certain kids should be held in confinement until they're at least 18 years old. And dozens of downtown businesses are being sued after the family of a shooting victim says they didn't do enough to stop the crime. What the victim's daughter is demanding. Let's take a live look outside on Tybee Island right now. A few people getting their morning run or walk in on the beach. Thank you so much for waking up and watching WJCL 22 Morning News. I'm Lydia Blackstone. Let's bring in meteorologist Catherine Liberta to talk about some of that weather for today. A much needed cool down for this weekend.
Definitely. And we are going to be seeing some gusty conditions. So we saw those folks out on the beach right now. It looks like they're going to be dealing with a lot of those wind gusts today. They're going to be about 20 to 25 miles an hour in some spots. So we'll keep that in mind if you are heading out to the beach today. Right now, though, temperatures a little bit cooler, sitting in those low to mid 70s right now. 75 out on Tybee, 72 for Hinesville and Glenville this morning. And as we go into the afternoon, we're going to be seeing a slight chance for some of those scattered showers. And right now, our radar looks mainly dry for our area. A little bit of that rain west of Vidalia, heading towards 16 right now, and a couple of those showers in the low country. We can see a little bit of that light rain. Hendersonville, it's just south of you. Beaufort, seeing a little bit of that light rain as well, but overall mainly dry this morning. As we go into the afternoon, we'll see a better chance for some of those scattered showers, and we'll track out the tropics coming up in just about 10 minutes. Lydia?
This morning, we have new details that led up to the deadly school shooting in Winder, Georgia that left 4 dead. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said the 14-year-old alleged shooter was allowed to leave his classroom with his belongings before returning with a rifle in his backpack. Authorities say the AR-15 assault-style rifle could not be broken down, but Colt Gray, who had ridden the school bus that morning, wrapped something around the weapon to conceal it as if it was a project. During the shooting, authorities say Gray was engaged by a school resource officer and quickly surrendered. Now, students at Appalachia High School will return to class on September 23rd. The school's principal and county superintendent released a message on Friday, making students aware of all of their resources.
We also want to ensure that we have the right mental health support on our campus, spaces for relocated classes, and have thought through every detail of your return, including scheduling, transportation, curriculum, and classroom materials.
Classes have been suspended since the shooting on September 4th. The daughter of a U.S. Marine fatally shot several weeks ago in downtown Savannah has filed a lawsuit, a court fight against the businesses that were on the same street where her father was killed. WJCL 22 News' Andy Cole has the details.
August 30th, 2024. Tristan Manigault was out partying on Whitaker and Congress Street. That is, until court documents say an argument ensued. It ended in this parking lot when Manigault was shot and killed by an unknown gunman.
It became an area of late-night lawlessness and gunplay. And because of that, this young girl lost her father.
Attorney Mark Tate is now representing 12-year-old Serenity Manigault. The pair are suing 12 businesses on the block of Whitaker and Congress Streets, claiming they didn't do enough to protect Manigault or their other patrons.
There's an invitation to the public to come and do business with them, and they have an obligation under Georgia law to make sure that their premises and the approaches to their premises are reasonably safe.
In the civil suit filed on Tuesday, Tate says none of the defendants underwent a security analysis or took any steps to protect late-night patrons. Tate even went as far as to call the downtown area the killing fields because of the murder and crime level in the area.
Killing fields is strong, but the fact of the matter is there have been too many shootings, there have been too many bad things that have happened there in that area, and it's time. Unfortunately, the catalyst for what's going to bring about change is the death of a man who's left a daughter alone.
Following the deadly shooting, Savannah police revoked Octane Bar's liquor license, which will remain suspended until an October hearing. In the meantime, officers have yet to find the person who killed Manigault. Tate says he just wants reform for 12-year-old Serenity and the Hostess City.
What would an ordinary person do, exercising ordinary care to make sure that their patrons, who they want to make money from, are not going to get gunned down at night? It's common sense, and they failed to exercise that common sense and ordinary care, and it killed a man whose daughter's still texting him. It's a tragedy, and we're going to make that tragedy go away and make it right.
A man is in jail after stealing a FedEx van in Brunswick, committing a hit and run which killed one person. It happened on Norwich Street in Glynn County. Police say Malinkin Smith was driving that FedEx truck recklessly through a parking lot when it happened. Smith was charged with a DUI and felony hit and run, along with multiple other charges. Right now, the Chatham County Police Department is looking for a suspect in a shoplifting case. They were caught on camera at the Ace Hardware store on Ogeechee Road earlier this month when the suspect was seen leaving the area in a black Dodge Ram. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. The family of Noah Bush, the 8-year-old found dead in a small body of water in Jessup earlier this year, is pushing for change. They want state leaders to pass new legislation called Noah's Law. 2 children, ages 10 and 11, were sentenced to 2 years of confinement in connection to Bush's death. His family believes that sentence is not enough. WJCL 22 News' Brooke Butler spoke to 2 women helping to shape this legislation.
Our slogan is not one more child. We don't want this to happen to not one more child.
Jody Martin and Jana Myers are just 2 of the people who have been fighting for justice for 8-year-old Noah Bush. Investigators found Bush dead in a small body of water in Wayne County back in May, leaving the community in shock.
Absolute horror that this could happen in a small town.
Martin and Myers say they met the Bush family while they were in juvenile court for a separate case. They say they were there because Jana's son was also attacked by a child in the area.
We couldn't believe that so many little victims were popping up in our community.
The trial for Jana's son's case is set to happen in the fall, but the 2 say they're not feeling hopeful after hearing the sentences handed down in the case for Noah Bush.
2 years is what the state of Georgia calls justice for an entire life that's lost.
Noah's Law came about once we just sat down with the family and started discussing how egregious it was and how that 2 years was a slap in the face for a family that has a little boy that will not graduate or go to prom or have a girlfriend.
Noah's Law looks to impose harsher punishments for children accused of serious crimes. Specifically, they want certain kids to be held in confinement until they're at least 18 years old.
And this is mostly, we're leaning towards grade A aggravated felonies and grade B aggravated felonies, where we want to see these harsher punishments.
The law also looks to address the mental health aspect of these crimes.
We also, in Noah's Law, really push for required therapy, at least 100 hours for the parent, the 100 hours for the child, and 60 hours of family therapy.
Beyond that, it looks to hold parents more accountable.
If you can go to jail for truancy as a parent, then you should be able to be held accountable for some of the actions of your children, especially whenever they commit such egregious crimes.
At the end of the day, they say their goal with this law is prevention.
If these kids are held accountable and understand that they get serious punishment for serious crime, maybe they'll think a little more before they commit these crimes.
If you're traveling to Bryan County, here's a traffic alert for you. The sheriff's office says an accident on I-95 near the Belfast-Keller exit has shut down all I-95 southbound lanes right now. Catherine?
And taking a look at where we are talking about on I-95, we can see that heavy traffic there. And as the Bryan County Sheriff's Office is reporting, those lanes are closed, headed southbound. So keep this in mind if you are heading from Richmond Hill southbound, or really from Savannah southbound as well. That traffic definitely going to build up there. No problems, though, on I-95 headed northbound. Richmond Hill to Port Wentworth, just about a 16-minute drive across the area. Otherwise, looks like that traffic is moving well this morning. And if you want to take a live look at traffic at any time of the day, just head over to our website, WJCL.com/traffic, for all the latest updates. Lydia?
The time now is 8:09. A 1% sales tax will be on the ballot in November for Beaufort County voters. The new upgrades the county wants to use the money for and how long it'll last. Plus, finding ways to fund child care centers is on the rise. Why daycares say there's no more money coming in.
Taking a live look right now out in Hilton Head Island, we can see breezy conditions to start off our Saturday morning. Temperatures still sitting in the low 70s, though. A little bit cool across the area, and we will be seeing some of those showers as we head into later this afternoon. Your full forecast is right after this break, but if you want to keep up to date with that certified most accurate forecast, just download our WJCL 22 News app.
Your news, weather, and Savannah's classic hits from the 80s and more on Rewind 1079. your Storm Tracker 22 forecast, certified most accurate by WeatherAid.
Welcome back to WJCL 22 News this morning. Taking a live look right now out on Hilton Head Island. We can see it's just at the top of your screen there. That American flag is making a lot of movement this morning. We've got some gusty conditions out on the coast, and you can see even those flags there on the boats. You can see that movement there. Winds coming out of the north-northeast about 12 miles an hour right now. Wind gusts today could get up to about 25 miles an hour right along the coast. So breezy conditions are going to stick with us over the next couple of days because of the pattern that's set up across the southeast, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But temperatures right now sitting in the low 70s this morning, mid 70s for Beaufort, Ridgeland, as well as Tybee. But we will be seeing these cooler conditions over the next couple of days. A little bit of light rain moving through the low country this morning. Charleston seeing some of that rain, Hampton, Beaufort as well. And for some of our western counties, they're getting a little bit of that light rain as well. But that heavier rain stays west of Vidalia and Baxley this morning. Across the area, we've got the remnants of Francine continuing to push through parts of Alabama and into Tennessee, but even some of that upper level cloud cover, that's because of the remnants of Francine here in southeast Georgia and the low country. Now, this area of low pressure just off the coast has the potential to develop and become tropical over the next couple of days, but I'll break that down in just a moment. Our island forecast today, those temperatures going to get up into the low 80s. We'll see about a 40% chance for those showers this afternoon. A good chance to see some of that rain. Your beach and boating forecast, that rip current risk is going to be high today because you notice, again, those winds coming out of the northeast about 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting to about 25. Your surf and sea height today about 3 to 4 feet, and that high tide coming in at about 5:45 later this afternoon. Your rain chances today and through the rest of the weekend going to be fairly high. We can see about a 30% chance for those showers and storms over the next couple of days. A similar pattern is going to set up, and that futurecast showing a little bit of cloud cover later this morning. As we go into the afternoon, we'll see some of those scattered spotty showers, a little bit of that heavier rain south of 16, but then as we go into the later afternoon hours, right along 16, some of those heavier showers near Claxton, Jessup as well. And then Statesboro, you notice a little bit of that light rain. That Georgia Southern game is happening today in Statesboro, so keep that in mind if you're heading out to support the Eagles. Kickoff is right at 6 o'clock, and Futurecast does have some rain on that forecast, so we'll keep a close eye on that and keep up to date with WJCL 22 News. It'll our app will send all of the alerts straight to your phone if rain is in the area. We'll be clear as we head into tonight and tracking out the tropics. We do have two areas. There's Francine, but also that one area just off of our coast could potentially see our next tropical depression. If it does form, it looks like most of the models have it forming off of our coast. That's going to elevate our rip current risk, but then all of that rain will be pushed into North Carolina and parts of Virginia. So we'll keep a close eye on this, and some of the models are changing, going back and forth, but all of the latest updates will be brought to you here on WJCL 22 News. And that 10-day forecast showing cooler conditions over the next couple of days. A little bit of sunshine is in the forecast as we head to the end of next week. We can see 83 for Friday and mostly sunny skies. And then as we go into the next weekend, not completely ruling out that rain. Your 10-day forecast for the coastline showing similar conditions, cooler temperatures today, showers and storms as we head through the weekend and into next week. And then we'll be seeing some drier weather as we head towards next weekend. Lydia.
This November, Beaufort County voters will be asked to pass a 1% sales tax to fund road projects. The county wants to widen roads and make upgrades to keep up with the amount of cars on the roadways. Argent Boulevard is an example of one of the streets they say needs improvement. It's a shortcut to Beaufort from I-95. This proposal comes after the 2018 increase to pay for the bridge to Hilton Head and other pathways. Now the county believes there are more issues to fix.
The need and the growth is still continuing. So the capacity and safety needs on a lot of different roads throughout the county are still in need of addressing. And as more people move to the area, we're seeing that under more pressure than what it is today.
If approved, this sales tax will start on May 1st and will last for 10 years. Originally, council wanted it to last 15 years. This will be the fourth tax increase and the longest in the county's history. Daycare centers are scrambling for answers after they say there's no more money coming in. Part of the funding came from the American Relief Plan, went to child care services. That's ending on September 30th.
The mindset needs to shift from childcare as a family problem, something that you deal with on your own at home, to an economic problem. This is a resource which we cannot bear to lose or to see decrease.
According to Care.com, on average, a family will spend around $36,000 on child care. The time now is 8:17, and in a new consumer report, Amazon may be liable for notifying you about unsafe or defective products. Why consumers say this new rule is good news. Plus, we'll have a full recap on high school football last night. That's all coming up during sports. And today on ABC Primetime at 12, LSU at South Carolina, and 3:30, Texas A&M at Florida, and 7:30, UGA at Kentucky, followed by that. Get your latest local headlines on WJCL 22 News starting at 11.